I am alone. I am alone. I take care of myself since I was young. So for me, it's really important to doing business well. Even if you make mistake, whatever, you have to learn and make it better. And then you need to be disciplined on it. Even if at the point that I don't need to do everything, I still have to check on it, just to make sure it's keep the standard. You have to have the aim, focus, discipline. Also, you have to love what you're doing. And this is the main key, I think.
Join the journey, stay for a while.
Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of KohPhanCast, the official podcast of Koh Phangan Island. And if I'm gonna say it enough times, it's gonna be true. So, here I am. Welcome back to another episode. Let's get right into it. This week, I have my good friend Meemi with me. Meemi built a tattoo empire here on the island by herself, with 2 hands, with discipline, with patience, with persistency. And she's here to tell you all about it. About the tattoo shop, about relationships, about Buddhism. I had so much fun having this conversation. I hope you guys gonna enjoy it as well. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Let's get to it. Meemi, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I've been knowing you for a couple of years now. Like,
Really?
I've seen you here and there, you know. I always heard about your studio, and I always seen, like, you're kind of international. You're all over the place.
Trying to.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay. What brought you to Koh Phangan?
Ooh. It's really crazy story.
Mm-hmm.
I have crazy life. So my parent passed away when I was young, and I have a lot of violence in the family. Like, when I say violent, it's really violence.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to make money since I was 12. So when I had to make money since I was 12, I keep saving the money until I was 15. And then I ran away from home because the home was really violent. And not only hitting, also mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where were you born?
Patani.
Mm-hmm.
But because my parent passed away, I need to move to Suratani with my grandpa. And my grandpa, he was a really, really rich man, but he make money really bad way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you own, you become completely crazy man. So that I need to live with him for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I came to Koh Phangan. I came with nothing. I have only 2,000 baht in my pocket. And I worked at the water park. I was a cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what bought me.
As a cleaner, you started here.
Yeah. I was
And
cleaning toilets.
How long ago was it?
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I'm 25 now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Good for you, like, I know so many Thai people that have stories like that, like, life seems to be a little bit more complicated here. But it looks like it happens in a good way, I know so many strong individuals here.
If like that, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't recommend people to experience it. It's too much.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, most of the people that I've seen in my life that are, like, extremely successful, like yourself, are brought from
The crowd.
a little bit extreme circumstances, because sometimes as a young person, if you have everything and people giving you your money and you don't need to work and you don't need to do anything, you don't develop this kind of way of thinking for yourself. If you didn't need to clean toilets when you were 15, you probably wouldn't be where you are right now.
Yes, but it's show a lot. Is for sure one thing is show me is like when you live life, there is many kind of way to live life, and every single day, every single month, every single year, you would think differently. But when I was young, I saw everything in one shot. Since my parents died, so I will not do the same what they do because I already seen it all. That's why I live life really different. But don't get me wrong, I still make mistake.
Yeah.
But when you gonna make is really good, really fast, you need to know the way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's shortcut for me in that way.
And how did you get to the world of tattooing?
Since I was young, I dream about tattoo, and then I always want tattoo. So I got tattoo on my 18th birthday.
Yeah.
Because in Thailand you need to be 18 up,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then somehow some guy said to me like, you cannot do it, you cannot be a tattoo artist, you will get bored, you will get over it. And I'm a kind of person when
I can't.
Yes.
Oh my God. Of course I can.
Yes. That's what happened.
Yeah. And you got into this world like you started by tattooing, or you started like, how did you start in this world?
How I started, I was working at the water park.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always develop myself. I also work part-time, like used to work from 10 to 2 a.m. for like a year and save up money. And then I was, later when I was 17, I became a hostel manager, party hostel. So it's really easy for me. And then it has to close. And I moved to tattoo shop as a reception. And then I met some tattoo guy there, and we talk about we going to make a tattoo shop together because we didn't like the owner that time. And now I feel so bad for him because I think that's not respectful. But at that time I was like 17, 18 already. And then because I trust the word and I want to do it too much, and I already just quit and do it myself.
That makes sense. And how is it like opening a store here on the island? It was, how long is the studio already running?
6 years.
6 years
6,
already,
7 years.
Yeah, I remember him, like me as I'm living here since 2017ish. I always remember your studio like at the background of my mind, you know.
Really?
You can always see it when I go to play frisbee at Hadiao. I see an advertisement on over this bar, and when I go to Tongsala I see your studio name over there, and it's like it's kind of in the space.
Yes.
You know, like did you see like the way it's developed slowly? Because you first start, you build it, and then you open it. Like, tell me a little bit about the story of it.
When it I start with one of the tattoo artists, and then we borrow the money together. But he didn't pay for his part because of his issue, and later on we didn't get along, and then I took over all because I cannot, how to say, I don't think it's a good for business because we don't get along and he didn't take his own responsibility. So if I keep it like this, it's gonna go not the best. It's not gonna go on well. It's gonna be stuck there, and it's not my aim. So we have spoke together, and then we split, and then I took everything all back, and I ran alone by myself. I was there alone, and then I start to hire the receptionist. I start to do this. I try everywhere just to get experience. And at that time, I didn't know how to do tattoo really well. So it was really, how to say, pressure for me because the guy was better than me. So I have to study more, so the customer get the same experience and same quality. So I need to learn really hard and really quickly. And later on, I start to have more staff, more customer. And now I have 7 artists. I have 2 reception, and I have 2 cleaner and 1 assistant. So everything just go on by itself now. I don't have to be there.
That's beautiful, you know. You can see the consistency that when you do something day after day after day, and you don't give up on
Discipline.
yourself. discipline.
Yes.
Discipline is a big thing in it, because
Yeah.
if you every day you're gonna say, oh, I don't have enough customers, oh, I need that, oh, that's not enough, and this is not enough, and keep putting yourself down, you cannot go to distance. But suddenly when you know that day after day I'm working, I'm pushing, that's my goal, that's what I want to do with myself, that's where I want to get, suddenly you're like, oh, it makes sense because you're building something.
Yes. Also focusing. I think focus is really, really, really important. Sometimes some people, they never ask themselves what they want, but because of my background, I am alone. I take care of myself since I was young. So for me, it's really important to doing business well. Even if you make mistake, whatever, you have to learn and make it better. And then you need to be disciplined on it. Even if at the point that I don't need to do everything, I still have to check on it, just to make sure it's keep the standard. You have to have the aim, focus, discipline. Also, you have to love what you're doing. And this is the main key, I think.
It is for whatever you want to do in your life, and not only for you, for everybody. It's like, if you're not going to be disciplined, and if you're not going to be focused, if you don't care about what you're doing will not care about you.
Yes.
That's a relationship. The relationship you have with yourself and the relationship you have with your business. Either it's a business or it's a hobby, whatever you want. Like, if you choose to do it for 100%. And like, how's the experience of running a place like that? Do you have any crazy stories?
Crazy story?
No name giving, no nothing.
Not really, because I really make sure everyone have good experience.
That's good.
And when they feel you really trying your best, and it cannot be 100%, I'm not gonna be honest, because we are human. We work with human. But I also make the line really clear with people that don't cross the line.
Yeah.
So I have a really soft and strong energy. So people don't really cross my line normally. They try, but I can see quickly. So I'm like, I talk first.
Yeah.
If I cannot talk, then let's go to the next move.
No much toleration for bullshit anymore, huh?
No.
It makes sense, yeah, because sometimes people can go on your nerves and like try this and try that, and like people come here with expectation that like because they are at a foreign country, they can do whatever they want. They come from Europe, they come from Russia, they come from Israel, they come from all kind of places, and like thinking, oh yeah, I came for a vacation, I can do whatever the fuck I want. No, you need to be respectful.
Yes, also in my shop, it's not easy to be disrespectful because everyone's so respectful in my shop. I train everyone to be respectful, and I train everyone to be a team. One big rule in my shop is don't fight to each other. Focus on the work and customer. It's really important. And how to say, when you already respectful to them, everyone do this, they feel like they are a really big asshole there, so they don't want to lose the face.
Yeah. Well, they better be, because there can be trouble around here if you're not gonna act respectful. And that's a subject that I will talk about it with you, because it's super big these days. But do you have any tips for people that want to come to your shop? How can you be a good client?
Clear your mind with your idea. You don't need to have everything right, but maybe you know what you want at least, and just have a conversation, and we will lead you on the good way. Just need to be patient to each other. I think just clear your mind what you want, come with respectful, then all good.
Yeah, just be a human.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people come to places, as a very tattooed guy myself, you see a lot of people like, oh yeah, can you put that? And like while he's working, oh bro, I have an idea, can you put... No.
It's not really happened, honestly, because I trained my staff to really have process, because I've been through all of that before. So we processing them, and we give them advice every process, and we like how to say, we make sure it's gonna be right for them, and then also make sure that we not dishonest to them, make them feel like we're going to be honest to them and respectful to them, and we want to do the best, and we're going to take responsibility. That's what we do.
You sound so calm. You know, something about you seem like very centered.
Really?
Do you do something like, would you consider yourself, do you practice like yoga, meditation,
Oh, yeah.
anything like that?
You know, one thing is keep everyone is a team is Buddhism.
Yeah.
I believe in spiritual. I meditate, but also one more thing in Buddhism is we say it really big thing, let it go. So I practicing when, example, I'm a woman. The big thing in woman is jealousy. So I learn to let it go. When I know how to let it go, when I know I am jealous, I will be aware of it. And I ask myself, why do I feel this kind of way? And then it will answer itself. And then you just feel, how to say, you just think like, okay, it's time to cut off. Sometimes it's not easy, especially with anger. But you have to cut it out. Otherwise, you will live life emotionally. And in Buddhism, when you live life emotionally, you will have a lot of problem. You better live life calm and conscious. Conscious is the most important in your life. That's what Buddhism teaches you.
It's so great to hear that, like, I've been speaking to so many people around the world about things like that, and like everyone that seems calm, that seems to understand the point of like what it's like being a human and how to keep yourself in boundaries, like in a good thing, say the same thing about letting go, about understanding myself, about understanding that I don't need to identify with my emotions. The fact that they go through me doesn't mean that I'm them. And the moment that you feel your emotion and you say, yeah, let's talk about jealousy. You look at jealousy and then you're like, oh, where does jealousy come from? You can think that, like, okay, I'm jealous of what? Is it because I want something that I don't have? Or is it coming from this childhood thing in myself that I was missing, that until this day I'm so clinging to it, you know, like holding a rope and see your hand getting red instead of just releasing. Were those values that you were raised on, or did you pick it up while living?
What do you mean?
I mean, did your parents or anyone taught you that?
No, I don't have parents. And I have a godfather, but also he didn't teach me this. It's more like this. When somehow something happened in my life, and I didn't believe so much in spiritual, but I know that in deep down of me, I know I'm a good person. But I'm not perfect at all, not even close to that. But it's like I also like looking for the way just to be peace, you know. And then somehow something happened in my life spiritual. I see something, I dream something. It's just a really long story. But then I start to realize that it can be true. And then I start to practicing more and more, and it's really helped. Sometimes I go through a lot of things, really a lot of things, but then it's get easier to let go. Like people say, if you do Buddhism, you meditate, why you can be calm, why you this, why you that. For me, it's not like that. Every day is learning, and your soul need to connect to your soul. There is a soul and there is a deeper soul. So there is a soul of this life and your real peaceful soul. So you need to learn every day to go back and connect it. It's gonna get easier, but it will never stop. And sometimes it's gonna be really hard because you never experienced this. But it's a taste of life. And you just need to carry on and doing it again and again and again and again.
That's the beautiful thing about enlightenment, like people are getting to spots that like, oh, I understand now. And you have days that you're walking with your chest full of energy and you're like, oh, I get life, I am life, I feel life. But some days you're like, oh, fuck all this bullshit.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I don't want to. The whole thing about enlightenment is like people that think that they can stay there will end up suffering.
That's why we learn to let it go.
Yeah, you need to understand that you can come inside, enjoy enlightenment, but you always will go outside again. You will always forget it again for you to relearn it. Because that's the whole thing in life, the movement.
Yes.
You going after it again and again and again. And
it's like this, sorry to interrupt, but it's like this. The emotional is a movement, right? If it's good, you also move it. If it's bad, you also move it. Sometimes people stuck in good so much, even if after 10 years they cannot let it go. Sometimes people stuck in bad so much, even if 10 years they cannot let it go. So how to stop the movement is not react to it. Stay there, understand it, enjoy it, or maybe just let it feel how it is, and then let it go. And this is the best way of the movement is stable.
Well, you got it here first. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And like, you can see that you know it. You don't think or you're not trying to understand it. You can see that you live life by it. You can see that those values are engraved in you. Something about your energy is just, certain. And that's great. As a younger kid, did you, because I see a lot of Thai people that are like, you can see they are Thai, but some of them, like yourself, you are more international souls. You can see that you are traveling and you see things. Like, were you always interested in the outer world?
Yes, since I was young, I really love traveling. It's really, really interesting because it's like everywhere you go, you see different culture and you become not close-minded. Like if you go to Japan, you go to Dubai, you go to Korea, you go to Russia, you go to Turkey, different people, different wives. You see a lot of things, and this is, I think, it's really expensive life experience that even if you're older, you can, and you have more money, you would never have the same. I think traveling is one thing I would really recommend.
100%, because every time you travel to a new place, it's broadening your perspective. It's like walking at the street of India, seeing like kids on the street, and you suddenly feel so lucky being yourself.
Yes.
We can always think like, oh, my childhood was like that, and I got abused there, and this happened. But suddenly you see people that are suffering right now and still smiling. If they're talking about children in Africa that don't have food, but you always see the videos of them dancing and being a community and things like that. It's really making you understand that there's a spectrum of what you need, you have to go through to feel something.
Yes, a lot.
And were you always like, you were interested in the universal way or in the culture? Like, did anything specific?
What do you mean?
I mean, like maybe certain American TV shows that you've seen, or like song that you heard.
Oh, I'm international. I like Frankie Brazilian. I like Russian music. It's really strange, right?
Yeah.
I like Japanese. I like Thai traditional song. I like everything. I just like to explore. It's just my personality. I really like to explore, and nothing specific.
And your base is here.
Yes, now, yes.
Any plans to go to another country or something? Or until now in your travels, what are the countries that you like the most?
until now. Thailand. Every time I come back home, I feel like home.
That's awesome. That also for me, Thailand always felt more home than anywhere else.
Yes.
Since I came here, it was like, okay, this place is allowing me to just be myself. I don't feel any judgment when I'm here. I don't feel anyone looking at me when I'm here. Most of different countries, especially right now, it can get a little dark outside. People are stealing and people are killing and people are like, the world is in a weird shape right now. Especially going out of COVID into the whole like war in Russia and Ukraine and what's going on right now in Israel. What do you think about the time we're living at?
I think the whole one live in the brainwash. TikTok, Instagram, all this bullshit, it mean nothing. Like they really forgot the present. They really forgot the friendship, respectful. They really forget how to live life, joyful happiness. They live life for them. And when you only live life for you, don't question why you don't get. And sometimes some people get things not in the right way anymore. And when you do it wrong, karma is real. And for me, in Thailand, we in the middle. And I see good and bad in it. I'm not really sure what's going to be in the future, but I'm glad that we have Buddhism based as religion since that. So it didn't turn that way easily like American or somewhere else. Because for me, I see it, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's it. The moment your culture becomes materialistic and everything that you care about is money and fame and power and fortune and like...
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's mostly bullshit because you can have all this thing and still go back to your house with an empty heart. So why... What's the...
My dear, I've been really many places, and for me, the most happiest place in the world is warm house. The woman is a woman and the man is the man's. You learn to respect each other, and this is the best place you could be in the world, and we're losing it because the world are not what it should or supposed to be anymore. The women also think too much about themselves. The man turn to the woman. I think it's not right. Also, before it's not right, but it's need a balance.
Balance is a key in the environment that we live right now. Because something about the period that we live in, like everybody that wants to do whatever they want, do it, no problem. I don't care what anyone else is doing. Like live your life, no problem. But yeah, the core values of what it's like being a man, what it's like being a woman, what it's like being a human, are getting lost with the OnlyFans culture and whatever else that like people are thinking. Again, the materialistic way of thinking is just it's gonna suck your soul out of you.
So many people you already see they have no soul.
Yeah,
and getting more.
That's a problem, because you can speak to a person and in 2 sentences see if they are actually speaking to you or they are like using things that they think they know and they try to say it to you. You know it when you talk to someone and you can already see them thinking about the next thing they are going to say to you instead of actually listening to you and responding based on what you say. That's the problem with, I think, with AI and with things like that make us think less and less, feel less and less.
I think they have this kind of syndrome like polio. Like also like they have a sickness. I don't really know how to say in English that you cannot be really patient. And of course, this generation is smarter than another generation before because it's a lot of information. But in my opinion, anything you do in life and you cannot be patient with it, you will learn big price for it. And either people will learn, accept it, or they're gonna blame the life, or they're gonna just bye-bye. But also, like, it just depends what they're gonna choose later. But what I know for sure, if you don't be patient or don't be conscious in what you're doing, there is always a price.
Have you had experiences that taught you patience?
A lot. A lot. But I'm really lucky because I do things with good heart, and I thought do things with good intention is enough, but it's not true. It's not really true. It's much deeper than that. But I also learn a lot.
Yeah. Intentions, yeah, that's why I say a lot, and it's great that you're saying it, because there is the balance between having a good intention and a good heart. It's so important, because a good intention is kind of marking the end of your action. And a good heart is what's starting it.
Yes.
So between them, your actions, before you speak, people can feel the energy that you put out. So even if you are saying like hard things or things that like I'm not gonna say fight, but a little bit more like serious stuff, people will feel the energy that you are saying it from, and would be less angry for what you say, because they feel
the
that
energy.
you are not defensive. You're just saying what you need to say.
Sometimes some people are really stubborn. Some people, their pride is really high. I had learned it in my life. In one relationship, I always start with good intention, and I always make sure I please my man correctly. And then I thought all my intention good, but he's like one of a really wealthy man, and he have a really big insecure. But I don't blame him at all. But one thing I learned is it's not enough. I need to show him more in the paper when I do a thing. I need to be more patient with him to make he trust me and completely understand me. I think with some people need patience, and everyone have different foundation, and that's what I mean is like it will never work all the time.
That's for sure, because it's always hard seeing, like, because you can think or know how good your intention and your heart is, but someone else can come with their perspective that was built on their values and their foundation, and look at what you're doing in a completely different thing. Like, you can stand here, look at the number, you see a 9, but I see a 6. Like we look at the same situation, but everything is so different because we are different.
That's why I always need to listen to everyone's perspective, and also look by yourself, experience by yourself. It is the most important. Is come to not judging people, but also put yourself in the right place. Life would be really, really simple if everyone just be aware of their mind and their heart before anything. And they are the first person who take care of themselves, not expecting anyone to do it. And then this world gonna be much easier.
How do you change the voice in your head that tells you that others are trying to fool you, to steal from you, to take from you? How do you change it to a more loving heart that, like, I want to trust, I want to give, I want to allow, I want to be part of?
Don't think about it. Just sit there and watch what they do. More you think about it, sometimes you stay too much here and you will not really see what is really going on. But when you just go there and cut yourself out of the situation completely, you fine. You just look what they're doing with you, and then you will not have any issue or insecurity. You will really see. And if they are not nice like you expecting, then don't expect anymore. That's why I say don't think. Just accept who they are and take care of yourself. If they are not nice, take yourself away. If they're good, you can continue. And then it's never finished in one time. It's a lifetime knowing someone, because someone can turn good now and turn bad later.
Yeah.
You just need to be aware now.
And how do you put the boundary, like, if we're talking about relationships, okay, and you are trying to give and you are trying to support and you are trying to fulfill, and you see that the other side is not really at your page, but as a person that want to be fulfilled and want to give and want to allow, you're running in the spectrum between like, okay, I can give more and make him more mine, or oh, he's not for me, I don't need him.
Respect yourself.
Yeah.
It's really important. And don't have sex with him easy.
What?
It's the key. For me, what I learned is like, I will, if I can continue living life with him every day, then it's easier. Because I've been experienced before that sometimes you fall for it and you thought you're sure for it. And every time, the next time you will learn from it. But what I really, really learned from that day until now, respect yourself. And then, how to say, don't have sex with him easy. You don't need to be like a bitch to him.
Yeah.
But you just need to tell him that I don't want to get too attacked. As a woman, tell to woman, just don't want to get too attacked. I want to spend my time. But if he really force you, it's not your man. The man who really like you will not force you that fast.
That's for sure. And I see so many people like throwing their insecurities on others. You know, the problem in this world that people that needs to heal don't know it and continue putting their like toxicity on others while not knowing they're even there. You know, you need to know, like, sometimes you just gotta understand that you're not there for a relationship, you're not available. We need to take care of ourselves to be able to take care of someone else. Because if the relationship I have with myself is not that good, how can I expect my relationship with someone else to be better?
Many people don't think like this. And that's why many relationships is fail. Even if I had this experience before, I think like this, he didn't think like this. But I know indeed he's completely good person. But it need to be two people. And in this world now, I don't think it's easy. First of all, people need to heal themselves, like you said.
We need to heal, you know, like we are all like so damaged and don't even know, like your mind is running between three things. You have the things you know that you know.
Yeah.
You have the things that you know that you don't know. But what about all the things that you don't know that you don't know? You understand what I'm saying? Like so many things inside our mind are yet to be explored, and yet we think that, oh yeah, because of this that happened to me, and because she said it, like because my girlfriend did this 5 years ago, then I felt like that, and now I'm angry at women. And like, bro, chill, get inside yourself, understand who you are.
Yes, one guy said something really similar to me also. He said like, Meemi, every time you meet someone, you give them one time chance. And that's how I live life now. I've been through hurt, I've been through good, and every time I see a different person, I give them one chance to know them, and then I design. And this is what you should be to another person, not just like you said. You go and you like, oh, I have this, so she can be this also. No, then you will never find the peace with people. Because nobody like to get judged.
Yeah.
No.
But something about human beings, you know, it's like the judgment in ourselves is so implemented in who we are. Sometimes you can judge people not even knowing that you do it, you know. But from the second that you wake up in the morning, you go out, you see someone on a bike, or like, oh, he has this bike, I think that about him. And he has long hair, so I think that about him. And he wears this shirt, so I think that about him. Not even knowing that we do it. How do you disconnect from the judging mind of a person that like got raised on judging, you know?
These people are unhappy. The best way is they need to learn to be happy. So to learn to be happy is to cut everything out. I recommend wake up 10 minutes meditate, sleep 10 minutes meditate, and they will see a big changing. if I'm going to tell them to change or whatever, I would recommend from a small start, and then they will go by their own journey.
0 to 1, 1 to 2, not 0 to 100.
Yeah.
0 to 100 is destined to fail.
Yes.
You know, because you think about the whole thing and suddenly, oh wow, what will I do with that and what will I do with this? And you're like, oh no. Think small steps.
Yes.
Think about today's meditation.
Yeah.
Think about the 10 minutes of today.
Yeah, but forgive yourself also. If you're being an asshole, you judge people before you have some negative thought. The devil ear and the angel ear is real. Sometimes you didn't know what you listen to. Sometimes the devil sound like angel. The angel sound like devil, you know. So just forgive yourself and focus on nothing. Just meditate. I think it's the key. Just learn to let it go. And then later on, it will come by itself, processing everything.
That's something that I really like about the Thai culture. Because most of the Thai people I know look calm, look understanding, look... probably I don't know them as good as you, huh?
No, not most people. But it's changed, darling. It's changed. It's calm. They're calm. They're more calm than your culture for sure because you are from Israel.
This specific culture, we're gonna talk about that. But something about the Thai culture is so incredibly wholesome to me, because I always hear the stories about like, yeah, I could sell, I could like, when a fisherman is going to sell his fishes, okay, he can catch 50 fishes and sell them to have like 4 days of money right now. But most of them, the small families, are selling what they need for the current day to feed their family and continue living. There's something about the culture of the now, you know, taking care of the now, and tomorrow will gonna take care of itself.
Yes, it's good, but also the world is changing a lot. I think it's not really, how to say, really good for the future. We need to adapt a little bit for this, I think. Otherwise, a lot of people will come and take advantage of this. I think it's good and bad. It's good and bad, but doesn't matter where you are, whatever. I think as long as you have a happy home and not too much asking from wife, not too much asking from a man, you respect each other. It's a loving home. Any kind of home sizes, it's good. It's good. I think it's come from this. But if we're going to keep a sample only just living for now from this, I think for long term they can get advantage from bad people easily.
There's a lot of things that the Thai culture can learn from the Western, but as I see it, there's even more things that the Western can learn from the Thai culture.
Yes.
You know, even like the smallest thing, you know, at the West they call it like a third world country. You know, and that term is disgusting, you know, because I see so many the Asia has timers on the light at junction. In Israel we don't have that. In the US I don't know if they have it. You know, a small thing that can, how many times you stood somewhere in the world on a junction with a light and you're like, when is this light is gonna turn? Like, you know, there's a lot of people are getting angry. I've seen it, especially in Israel, huh? You know, the light is red too long and people are mad and people are like can fight each other if they are not, you know. How many times you went to a junction and the second it turned green, people are already smashing the horn, wanting you to drive, you know, that this pressure of the West.
I think this karma, because I read about his story about Israeli-Palestinian and before. I'm sorry to say, I have many Israeli friends, but I think the government run the country wrong. And people have to take the judgment from the outside world a lot. Yeah, anywhere you go in the world, if you are Israeli, you get judged. And some place in the world you cannot even go, especially Muslim place. So for me, they always full of stress, you know. And even if they try to be good, people tend to not believe it easy because of their background. And I can understand why the country is like this. And the best way for me is just accept how it is.
So you open to the subject, so let's get going about it. We are at a place in this country, in this island, which you probably notice that this is right now, it's gonna be aired in like a couple of weeks, so I don't know if it's gonna be the same then, but right now as we talk, October, there's full of Israelis here on the island right now.
I know.
And
Every year.
every year for sure, but something about this year, this month, right now, because of the war in Israel, because of the whole situation, and like everybody needs an outlet, and I understand it.
Need what?
Outlet, a place to put out the bad feeling that they got. You know, people are in the army,
Like feel you.
yes, and they come here, and most of them, not only Israelis, yeah, but most of them right now think that they can do whatever they want. So they don't look at the people around them, and they don't care about what the Thai people think, and they don't care about what others feel on the road, at the shops, at whatever. And I'm already seeing, like, Thai friends of mine and Thai people in general are starting to develop like this attitude towards our people, you know. And I'm agreeing with the Thai way,
people,
not only the Thai, but the whole community of this island. And I'm gonna talk straight to you right now. No matter if you're an Israeli or German or whatever, you need to respect the people and the law and the culture that you come to. You cannot go to restaurants with food from outside. You cannot put the loud music wherever you want. You cannot yell and shout, and that's destructive. And for us as people that live here, you know,
It's make you look more bad.
it make us look bad because there are already shops here that don't want to serve Israelis, and already laundry places that I heard about that don't want to serve Israelis. And like, honestly, I can see why. Me myself, here's a story. 3 weeks ago, I went inside my place that I do laundry in, and I see an Israeli dude talking to the Thai lady, like, why is the laundry not ready yet? Why this? Why that? And he's raising his finger on her and saying, discount. You're gonna give me discount. And I completely exploded. I'm a calm person usually, but I completely exploded on him. And it was like, bro, what discount are we trying to take? From 50 baht a kilo to 30? Is this what's going to make your day? You know, you come from a richer country. You come from better foundation. You come from a more advanced, whatever you want to call it. And you're still so little, you don't even see you don't even see what's going on around you. You know, like you say, you're not even conscious. You're not even something about the way that we live in our country. We think that we deserve everything. We think that everyone is a friend. We think that, especially right now, because of the war and because of everything, like festivals all over the world, you can see flags of people and this and like, we need to be more respectful. We need to be more respectful. I cannot say it enough. We need to be more respectful, because the more respectful we will be, the more respect we're gonna get. You know, and I cannot shake the feeling of like the fact that I am Israeli and I live here makes me an ambassador to an idea of what it's like being the good side of this culture.
I have also Israeli friend. I'm not judging, so I'm really.
It's not about judgment. It's just what we see outside.
I understand. What I try to say is like I see also good in some people. I can say that it's not everyone. When I went to Russia, I had the best time. When everyone say Russian people are so angry, but I have really good friend there. And then for me, it's like, you're right. They need to be respectful. But for me, what they do, I feel sorry for them, because in my life I can wake up and nothing can annoy me, just quiet morning. But for me, I look at it, I feel really sad. So my friend Israeli, if they listen to this, I think maybe it's time to adapt in. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter how you look good you are. Doesn't matter where you come from. Doesn't matter how powerful you are. You will never find happiness when you never learn to give the happiness. Everything come, give and take, give and take. And even if you give to the wrong person, you learn to give to the right person. There is a many kind of people in the world. And this is I saying just to save them, not to save me. Because it doesn't matter what you do, we get peace and we go over it. But maybe not you.
Like you said at the start, we are defensive. We don't know how to take this without reflecting back on like, oh, what you say the fact that we all we need to do, we would be such better people if we just knew how to listen. If we just knew how to accept others' opinions, if we just knew how to
brainwash already from the government completely.
Yeah.
Already is really difficult. Only Israeli that I know get along well when they start to traveling and they start to get from Thai people. Hey, you cannot do this. Shut up. Or maybe meet some Thai mafia.
Listen, like I've seen recently a son from Hadrin. He has the tattoo shop. And I've seen suddenly I'm seeing in conscious community a video of him scraping stickers that Israeli people put on his sign to his shop, like stickers of memorial of people that got killed at the Novak last
Palestine.
October. And it doesn't look good at all that the guy needs to scrape stickers from his tattoo shop from the sign.
I think it's a really, for me, it's like, you know that they know that they kill children. You know, doesn't matter is your land or doesn't matter what reason. Children always innocent. You should not ever be proud of it. What about if this happened to your children? What about this happened to your brother? What about if this happened to your sister? And somebody else who does this and be proud of it. I think there is something that need to really be understand and be aware what they're doing is so wrong. I know the pride is so big. I know it's like I am not the wrong one. I know I understand all. But this is not about that. It's about the fact that you didn't think about innocent people. And this is hurtful for me.
It is hurtful for the entire culture because, like, I haven't met a better culture in my eyes than the Thai culture, you know, and the people are, when you are warm to them, they are so warm to you, you know, they are so accepting, they are so loving, and it's last couple of weeks I've been going with a stone in my heart that I know that some of my people again are going around here and disrespecting anything that can be disrespected. And I'm like I'm trying with all my heart to talk to people, to help others that had situation with Israeli people, to communicate it, to say to express themselves, to have this place, to see that not all of us are like that. Also inside our groups, people are talking about it. People are trying to push more respect.
I'm sorry for you guys. For me, it's like for the worst situation can happen is someone who are Israeli and are not Israeli. And this is the hardest part for them. I'm sorry for you guys. But I think maybe just put people who think the same and create the community. Your people can understand your people better. If you expect us to protect ourselves, possible, but we will never do the same way that make your people understand it. So maybe create a community and do it together. Otherwise, you guys will have really bad label. So like I say, you have to take care of yourself.
And as I know myself, I know that at the end of the day, I don't see myself as whatever Israeli or any nationality or anything. I'm just myself.
Human.
You know, the fact that I was born in Israel and the fact that I speak Hebrew.
You're
and
not proud.
It's not even about proud. I am proud of being an Israeli for sure. We have so many good things in us, but and there's a but. We need, like you say, to accept more criticism. We need to be able to create a conversation. We just need to be able to speak without being defensive.
You're not proud of them.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You're not proud of them.
I'm not proud at all. But what's important for me is that there are people that know me here on the island enough to separate from the culture, from the way, from the place we come from. Because, you know, there are Israelis that live here for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years, and nobody has anything, most of them, huh? Nobody has anything against them because they know we are part of this community. We try to help. We give opportunity. We're not here just to take.
I think it's good for you because in some time in my life that I have a bad label also, and people, sometimes many people question me a lot. And one thing I learned is that I start to get the right people that is not judgmental. And this is good also if you look in it from different angle. Like example, I'm Thai. I have a lot of tattoo. It's not common in our culture so much. Somewhere it's okay, somewhere not. But then I collect the different people, and I think it's better for me because if I don't have the tattoo and everyone just accept who I am, I would never know who they really are because I'm so perfect for them. But when you are imperfection, you see who they are better. And sometimes in the worst situation, you know that person better.
100%. Something about the way you want to be portrayed, the tattoos you put on yourself, the meaning, the earrings, the necklaces, the everything, the message that you try to put outside, sometimes will make others not want to be around you, and that's great. Because you don't need everyone around you. You know, the moment I've done all of this and all of that, you know, it got some people away from me. But those are people that shouldn't have been there from the start.
Yes.
It's like if a person cannot look through the tattoos I put on myself, and he cannot look at myself as the human being that I am, I don't even want them in my life. You know, but as it seems, even in the Thai culture, tattoos are getting gradually more and more accepted, right?
Some family no, some family yes, but like I say, when you are Buddhism person, you learn to let things go. You look things deeper. Example, if I born a son, and my son turned to gay, some man or some woman would be like, oh no. But for me, if it's happened to me, I would just look through it and I just like, okay, be smart, be good person. I make sure everything else in your life you're doing well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, how to say? I lost the point.
That's a beautiful thing about the Thai culture because you guys accepted this you know a gay culture and the
not
transgender.
everyone.
Of course, not everyone. It cannot. It's never everyone. But as it seems, you know, with all the transgender movement for years now, you know, lady boys here and there, and like, and it's kind of accepted, which is. It's a leading thing in the world that the world has only just recently started to accept. You know, maybe even force, but that's another conversation. To accept what people want for themselves. You know, because at the end of the day, you're not raising your son or daughter to be good son or good daughter. You're raising them to be a good human.
Yes.
And doesn't matter what they want to do in their bed, as long as they respect elders and like other people, and they have good heart and good intentions, and they want to help society. You can do in your bedroom whatever you want.
Yeah. I think it's like you wearing the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Some certain place you need to be the right outfit. Some certain place you just can wear whatever you want. But this kind of people is like they have only one outfit, and sometimes they need to pretend, or maybe cover this, pretend this, and I think that doesn't matter, because in the end is who you are inside, and who you are inside is so deep. If you're going to tell someone just that shallow, you miss something really important in life. And to be honest, like in my life, I have more good experience with the people they say it's not right, it's not good. Then the person they say, oh, they look so perfect, I want to be close to them. I have more good experience, like better experience, how to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it teach me a lot to not be a judgmental.
Yeah.
It teach
Not
me a
try
lot.
to go to perfection, because perfection honestly doesn't exist. And if you think something is perfect, it's fake. Yeah, most of the things that trying to show themselves as a better and good and perfect, those are the worst.
Yes.
And if something is gonna show themselves as perfect, I know that I'm gonna run as fast as I can
You
from
know
there.
what you remind me? The relationship. When I go to a man, I talk to him, I'm looking for the words of him.
Yeah, show me your garbage, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, show me the
if
worst.
I can accept it.
Actually, yeah, because you cannot know who you're going with, because 99% of the time the face of the person that is in front of you that you look at is what he's trying to show you, not what it is. You know, because a friend of mine told me you can play a character as much as you want and there's no problem with it, but the fact that you play the character doesn't mean that you are the character. You are not any character. You are the universe putting on this character that you chose to be. And today you're one character and tomorrow you can be a different character.
People put marks all the time, first time they meet. And especially when in dating, in relationship, in the first 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, is the marks. It's not really like that. But also, they will never be such a perfect actor. You will always see it, but if it's you going to pick that line off and think about it, some people take quickly, some people take longer, some people take more 5 years, 10 years. I think as long as you'll be aware of it, you'll be fine.
You need to actively look, because if you're falling in love and you choose to see only the good traits that the other person is trying to show you, then you're playing a game. But we don't want to play games. We want to be real. We want to experience. We want to. You don't even need to look for this perfect relationship, because it doesn't exist. Everybody fights. Everybody fights, and that's what makes me kind of scared of it, you know. But
if you think like that, it's not good.
I know.
You don't have to fight.
You don't have to fight. No. Don't get me wrong. Okay? You don't have to fight. But if I want to be with a person that cares about what they are doing enough to try to show me that it's different than what I look.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a vibration. It need to be really similar vibration. And people say it will come like this, like jigsaw. No. It will need improving.
You're gonna crave inside yourself to gather the pieces together.
Yes, and it's much lead by love, but doing with brain. And this is really difficult. That's why people start to having problem to each other. But many times for me, I think the best way is like keep the space, and if it's come together, it will come naturally. Just focus on the how you communicate with him, how he handle his emotional with you, what is intentional, what he need in his life is gonna fit you. And when you can fit in, then the real love start. and you need to always think, you need to find the person who can develop with you, and later you become a team. Nobody perfect. Everyone can make mistake at first, and then you become a team, and then you hold a hand, and then you against the world, not you against you.
Yes. Yes. So many people starting to reflect their problems on their partner instead of understanding that we chose to be a team. And if we are a team, the problem is not you or me. The problem is this that we are looking at. And if we can lower our ego a little bit,
It's not easy in
it's
relationship.
not easy at all.
No.
I've been avoiding it for quite a while now, you know, because I know that I will never be prepared 100%. You know, you just need to jump head first.
I can feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, you just need to jump first. I know every time that I had a relationship in my life, okay, and that's completely honest, like it fucked the relationship with me and myself. Because
True.
yeah, because I always felt kind of that the moment I go inside the relationship, I'm getting super soft. I'm like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. I'm after you. Let's do whatever you want. Because when I love someone, I can give them everything, and I need to keep some for myself.
Yeah.
For me to be the version of myself.
What about find someone who the same? So you keep for her, she keep for you. But anyway,
I believe that life will bring me what I deserve. You know, and when I focus simply on being the best version of myself, physically, emotionally, mentally, for myself and for others, we can just run with it. And thank you so much for being here, Meemi. I really knew that it's gonna... I always looked at you as a person that I can go to get this energy from you. And like, if we can finish it with a little something... If there's a 15-year-old girl, Thai girl, that looks right now on this interview,
my 15 years old.
Yeah, and she wants to have a tip from Meemi.
For Meemi,
What would you tell her?
never give up. You know, even if you do this, you do that, you will make mistake. We are human, so I cannot really give advice. But what I can say is like, when your head down, put your head up. When you cry, just let it cry and clean your tear, and just keep working on the next day. Just never give up.
Thank you so much for people like you. Thank God that good people still exist.
Thank you also.
Thank you so much.
Join the journey, stay for a while.